My take on Rand Paul isn't an uncommon one. I think that he's a lot smarter than he lets on. He's a physician, so he's clearly not dumb. And I think a lot of what he does is just publicity stunts. Whether it be sucking up to Donald Trump, someone who doesn't really line up with his libertarian philosophy, or, just making a parade and making a constant show with Dr. Fauci, really making, just getting those sound clips in. He does do a good job of being anti-war, anti-interventionist. But again, other things, I think Rand Paul is, a pretty typical politician. He's in there. He has a career to maintain and he has a base to make happy. And when he sees opportunity, he takes it. That's my overall opinion of him. Because again, just, his philosophy as a whole, the libertarian philosophy, ideology is really an extreme one. No centralization of government at all. That really is an extreme stance. And I think that, when you live in the real world, especially when you're a part of the government at the level that he is, that really isn't a thing. And it's never going to happen. So again, as a whole, Rand Paul is just another politician. Now, of course, again, as I said before, Rand Paul is an opportunist and he's a politician. And so because Fox News, because the right wing right now is really talking about these Canadian protests, he's taking advantage of that as well. But again, was his same support there for Black Lives Matter protests? We all know not. Because again, who is in support of Black Lives Matter protests? Democrats, the left wing. So again, it's these types of things that you really have to pay attention to, because it shows the disingenuity of people within Congress, whether they're Republicans or they're Democrats. A lot of these people, they pick and they choose when they support things, when they talk about things, when they shed light, and when they pretend things don't exist or they just play dumb. Because just like everyone else, they have careers to maintain. And as we all know, most politicians in office, especially at the federal level, their pockets are lined with corporate dollars. And so they got to do what they got to do to keep that money flowing. Would Rand Paul support protests for a $15 minimum wage? Would Rand Paul support protests for, better social safety nets to increase welfare? Would he, support protests to do anything along those lines? Probably not. So again, Rand Paul really is a broken record. I think his father, Ron Paul, is much more of a fundamentalist than he is. I think Ron Paul is much more of a champion for libertarianism than Rand Paul is. Rand, he had that window of opportunity. He had a stronger pathway. And so, again, I think he's running up behind him. But ultimately, this is a very complicated issue. And Fox News isn't helping amplify the situation because they don't do anything with accuracy. This isn't something that Fox's audience really understands. This isn't something that they truly follow because they have a completely different perspective on this than they did for, again, all the Black Lives Matter protests that happened very recently. So it's all a sham. It's all a show. And unfortunately, people like Rand Paul do nothing but help to push the agenda forward of the ridiculousness of the American right wing.